all of a sudden a girl runs down the stairs and she just yells, "Cops!"
Run, 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 run.
So we're like, purple, purple, purple. Where's purple? Purple just busts out and starts twerking on the floor. Like literally like.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck. Bitch looking bad, got a stupid butt. Jewelry on your wrist, fuck you, hold it up. When I holla ski, that mean pull up. Car 10 and 5, and I fast as fuck. I'm looking good when I'm hopping out that truck. Where the hood niggas at, they get them bucks.
Hi babies, welcome back to my channel. I am Baby Tay, and today's video, oh my god y'all, is going to be a doozy. First disclaimer I want to make, yes, I'm missing 20 million 11 different nails. Mind your business, okay? Let's learn how to do that in 2024. Mind your business. Second disclaimer I want to make, if you are my mother and you're watching this video, no you're not. No you're not. Click off immediately. Roll out, okay? Yeah, so today we are doing a story time about my very first party. The very first party that I ever went to. Yeah, I've been dreading, and me personally, I love story times. I love watching story times, and I have lots of stories, but you know, story time, bitches, y'all built different. Y'all a little more bold than the average Joe. So me telling my stories is like, you know, people are a little too nosy for me, and I feel like not enough time has passed for me to tell certain stories. So yeah, but I'm gonna give y'all this one. This is gonna be y'all little dry run, and if y'all really mess with the story times, I might open up, I might start telling some more, because child, they should make a movie about me. Sorry, oops. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and get right into this video. Okay y'all, so this story took place in October of 2020. Why my parents decided that 2020, the year of COVID, was a great year for me to go to my first party, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. But 2020, October 2020 was my senior year. I was a senior because I graduated in 2021. But yeah, so I have a note in my phone because y'all, I have the memory of a lab rat, of a gerbil or some sort of rodent, and so I can't just tell the story straight out. I need notes to help keep me on track. So I had a little group of friends from this thing that I was in, and there was like a big DMV party going on, and you know, I don't know how I ended up convincing my parents to let me go to this, but somehow I managed to. And so me and the girlies, me and 3 of my friends at that time, we're gonna go to this Halloween party. So mind you, I had a job at that time, and I ended up having to lie to my job and tell them I had something going on just so I could make it to this party. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody a name. It's really 5 people of significance in this story, but I'm gonna go ahead and name the 3 homegirls, and then we'll name the other 2 people of significance later on in the story. So I had 3 homegirls. I'm gonna name 1 yellow, 1 blue, and 1 purple. So I had my friends yellow, blue, and purple, and we was going to this party. So we wanted to do a group Halloween costume for Halloween 2020. So we decided, you know, because that's what was going on at that time, we decided we were going to be purge girls. So we was all different color, except purple decided to wear her own costume. Purple dressed up as a cat. We're going to double back to purple later on in the story. But yeah, so we all went to yellow's house to get ready. And basically, the boy, come sit down on the couch. Come in. Come in. Y'all, this is Kai Kai's. This is my baby Kairos. He is not Kairos. His name is Cairo, but I'll call him everything under the sun. He is being very disruptive in the background. Okay. Can you chill? Can you chill? Okay, y'all, I'm back. Kai is gonna chill out. Okay. I don't know what he was doing in the background, but yeah, so the plan was to go to Yellow's house and everybody get ready or whatever. We get cute together, you know, everybody's gonna do their, you know, makeup, hair, get ready or whatever there, and then we're gonna take a Uber to the party. So we all go to Yellow's house, we're getting ready, we're in the bathroom, I'm doing my makeup, I'm doing my little purge girl or whatever. I had on a black bodysuit with a tutu. I think I'm actually gonna insert a video right here so y'all can kind of get a good picture of, you know, the fit or whatever. But yeah, because I actually took a lot of mirror pictures and videos that day. So but yeah, so we get ready and we're like, okay, we're gonna roll out. So we were taking an Uber to the party, and so we called an Uber, and at this time it was COVID, so you couldn't really, nobody could ride in a passenger seat like how before COVID was, that you could use up every seat that's in the car. So when we were like, okay, it's 4 of us, somebody's gonna have to ride in the front. So somehow we end up, I think we got an SUV, and so nobody had to sit in the front, but Purple had to sit in the back because there was like 2 rows in the back of the car. And so we're on the way to the party, we're excited, we're like, yeah, y'all, whoopty whoopty woo, blah 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 or whatever. And our Uber driver was cool, he was, you know, yeah, he was cool or whatever. In the middle of us on the way to said party, the party promoter page of the party that we were going to ended up posting, and basically the police of the area saw the flyer on Instagram and got it canceled, like got it shut down before the party even started, if that makes sense. Like basically they're like, okay, y'all are planning on throwing a party here? Yeah, that's not happening. So the party promoters ended up telling everyone to meet at this parking lot to wait for the new address, like the new Addy or whatever. So we ended up telling the Uber driver this, and he's like, yeah, just go into the app and add a location and I'll take you to that location. So we're like, okay, bet. We go in and do that, and he takes us to the parking lot. So now we're sitting in a parking lot. It's a whole party of people in this parking lot. Like the parking lot is full. It's like a little shopping center parking lot thing, and basically you could tell all the people who was going to this party was now in this parking lot or whatever. So the Uber driver, he was so cool, he was so nice. He was like, you know, I'm gonna wait with you young ladies, and whenever you guys get the address, I will take you to the new place where the party's at. So we're like, yeah, okay, period. Love that. We don't have to, you know, get out in the cold because it's October in the DMV and wait for another ride. So we're like, yeah, so we're just chit-chatting, chopping it up. He's like, he's cool. He was cool, but he was also a little weird because he was like kind of like hitting on us or whatever. He ends up showing us pictures like of his family and stuff, and he just keeps telling me that I look like his daughter. He was like, oh my gosh, like you look like my daughter, like let me show you, look, oh my god. And they're like, and I'm like, but yeah, so you know, he's just waiting with us in the parking lot or whatever. And so the new joint came, but he ended up having to leave because he was still active in the Uber app or something like that. So they ended up giving him another ride because they were like, he was sitting idle for too long. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry ladies, like I gotta go, I got another ride, like, you know, whatever. And we're like, oh, you know, we was really enjoying the heat inside your car, even though you was real creepy, sir, but you was cool. But dang, we were like, okay, bye. But he was like, after my ride, like I'll kind of like double back to the area, and if y'all end up, you know, calling the Uber or whatever, I'll be your driver. And we're like, okay, deuces. So we end up getting out the car and we're walking around this parking lot or whatever, and we're just kind of like childish, okay, childish, because at this time, this is my senior year of high school, but I'm 17. Yellow was 17, but blue and purple, they was 16. They was younger than us. So we were walking around this parking lot like children, and we're just like oh my god, look at it, oh my god, we're going to this party, yeah girl, da, 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 da. And then basically we ended up standing in front of this, I don't know if I should say the color. We ended up standing in front of this Chevy Camaro. I'm not going to say the color of it because I feel like that's odd. We ended up standing in front of this Chevy Camaro or whatever. And he's got his freaking lights blaring. Like, bro, why is you sitting in the parking lot with your high beams on? I just don't get it. But yeah, so we're just standing in front of his car like and it was a group of dudes. So me being me, I'm the type of person to group, like I'm gonna get us into a situation, you know, just follow my lead. So I'm like, we look awkward as hell. So I like see this group of dudes. It's not that they were cute or anything, but it was just a group of them, and we're in this random parking lot in an area that none of us are familiar with. So I'm like, we're gonna latch on to this group of dudes. So, and they were like kind of standing in front of the Camaro or whatever. So we're like, I'm like, hey, we're gonna kick it with y'all. And they're like, okay, whatever. So then, you know, they just keep doing what they're doing. We're just standing with them in front of this Chevy Camaro. All of a sudden, all you hear is like the children we are, we jump and scream. The dude, because mind you, the Chevy Camaro was tinted out. Like it was tinted out. That joint had probably like 5% tint on it, 0.05 tint. It was blacked out, so we didn't know that anybody was in the car. Context clues though, context clues. But we didn't know anybody was in the car, and he honked at us and basically scared the crap out of us standing in front of this car. Cause like, it's not like nobody was touching the car, nobody was leaning on the car, nobody was doing anything but standing in front of the car, and he just honked at us. So we're like, the fuck, and we screamed. And so then this just goofy ass fucking dude, like, I don't know how to say this without it coming off like really bitchy and rude and a little bit racial, but he was like a foreigner, but he was really nerdy looking. Like he had those little glasses and he just had the peanut, and yeah, like he was not nobody you expected to be driving that car. But he hops out and he basically apologized. He's like, my bad, I didn't mean to scare y'all or whatever. And we were like what did you honk for? Like, what's going on or whatever? So then he ends up just like chit-chatting to us and basically kind of trying to be like, you know, I'm sorry, whatever, you know, my bad, y'all, da 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 da. And we're like, yeah, okay, like whatever. And now he's just standing with us. So we latching on to this group of dudes. It's us, and now we got I'm gonna call him Camaro because yeah. So now Camaro is standing with us. So we were just all kind of just chit chat and talking around him or whatever. And then finally, like, a little kind of commotion goes on, and we're like starting to like look around, and it's okay, like it's clearing out just a little bit. So we're starting to ask around like, hey, did y'all get the Addy? Did y'all get the Addy? Did y'all get the Addy? And finally somebody's like, yeah. So we end up getting the Addy from this random person or whatever. And the dude driving the Camaro, he's like, you know, y'all can ride with me or whatever, because he had, you know, 3 seats in the back and in the passenger seat, and it's 4 of us, so it's like perfect or whatever. And I guess, you know, he didn't have nobody with him or whatever. So we're like, okay, period, like we're gonna ride with you. So we get in the car with him. He's freaking speed racing or whatever, like as if we're in the Fast and Furious. But at this time, we're young and we're childish, so we're like, oh my god. And yeah, like he's literally just doing the fucking most. Like like you could tell his car was modded, because that joint was just like like it was loud. Like we couldn't hear anything in the car. Like I couldn't hear myself talk. I couldn't hear what nobody else was saying to me. It was more so everybody just giggling and laughing and screaming because he's being reckless and consequently endangering our lives. But we're having a blast. So finally we get to new address. It is a huge mansion, like not even like no dramatics, like it is legit a freaking mansion party. Like it is literally a mansion, like not just like a big suburban house, like it was legit a mansion. So we get up there and we paid at the door or whatever, and we go inside and we're like in awe because it's a literal mansion. So we're just walking around just looking at everything. And when you walked in the door, like they directed you to go into the basement. They're like, okay, go over here, like go down here. So we're like, you know, just kind of like we're in literally a foyer or whatever you call it. We're literally in like a foyer of a house, and we're just kind of looking around. They're like, go in the basement. So we go into the basement. We're walking around. Like they have literally like kind of like a kitchen with like an island. It's like a little bar situation going on. There's like very few seats, not really, but we're just kind of like taking it all in, just walking around like, whoa, you know. And we're just chilling, we kind of noticed that that Camaro was kind of following us around. Like like how we had latched onto the dudes in the parking lot, he kind of latched onto us. He was like, you know, I'm with y'all now. And we're kind of like, no, we just wanted to use you for a ride. We didn't really want to kick it with you, you know. So like, you know, me, yellow, blue, and purple, we was kind of talking about it literally like, oh gosh, like he's like kind of like with us, like he's kind of leeching on us right now. But yeah, so we're kind of trying to like juke him out throughout the party. So in the process of that, we ended up stumbling onto a movie room where people are literally shotgunning beer and like chanting. I guess there was 2 people whose birthday it was, and so they're literally on the ground shotgunning a beer, and they're like chug 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 chug, you know. And they're literally, yeah. And so, you know, we're getting into the mix too. We're like, yeah, chug chug, or whatever, like shot shot shots. Mind you, when we walked in, there was no music. So we ended up kind of asking around like, well, what's going on with that? Because I'm like, I never been to a party before, but I know that there's supposed to be music. And not too much on me that my first party was 17, but my parents was not playing that. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but yeah. But I'm just like, there's no music. And they're basically saying like there was a whole sound system, DJ, and all that stuff for the original location, but because the police like kind of stopped that, they were scrambling to get music to the new location. But they was basically trying to say along the lines of like, music is on the way, you know. And so we're kind of like, oh, okay, like just going with it or whatever. So we ended up like wrapping that little scenario up, and we ended up walking out the movie room and like continuing to walk around the party and see everything. And we ended up like, there was like a back door. It was like a glass like sliding door that led to the backyard, which had a big ass pool. So we're like, mind you, it is October, it's cold, so nobody's getting in the pool. We're just still like, whoa, like look at the pool, like look at this house, this is nice, like girl, or whatever. And so we're kind of just chilling by that back door, just in awe of everything, and just, you know, chit-chatting, chopping it up. And then we just hear a lot of commotion, like a shit ton of commotion. Like you just hear like Okay, y'all. Sorry, technical difficulties, but anyways, back to our story. So where we left off at, it was basically just a whole bunch of commotion going on. Like, it was like that like, you know. And so like I'm on 10, like, you know, I got real keen senses. I don't play that. So I'm like, seriously, was it that serious? But yeah, basically I'm on 10. Like, I'm like, what is going on? All of a sudden a girl runs down the stairs and she just yells, cops!
Run, 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 run.
What you talking about? Everybody literally stopped, dropped and rolled, like stopped everything and poured out of the back door. Like, at first we were struggling to get it open because it didn't open out, it opened towards us. So we literally had to like pull the door towards us, and everybody flooded out the back door. You would have thought somebody turned the lights on and it was some roaches scattering. But yeah, so like everybody fled out the back door. My group ended up getting split up because we just all fled out the door. Like, people was pushing. Girl, I thought it was WWE SmackDown because I'm like, what? Oh, I ain't doing no wrestling. Like, people was getting trampled. Like, it just was a lot. So like, my instincts kicked in. I was not worried. Like,